Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Lisa Akfir, your hair doctor, and of course you see I'm kind of messing with my fro. This is definitely I thought I'd do something special for you today because I'm having to apologize because you know what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Yep, that's right. I'm supposed to be doing the roller set. But I've been so busy because, listen, what I have to do with the roller set, there's a little bit of editing that has to happen because what I want to do is roller set my hair and show you that and then dry it and then come back and style. And I just have not done that. So the easy way to do it would be to roller set it, dry it, then come back, but I just thought of that. So we're here today. Roller set it, have it dried already, show you the finished work, and then go back and wet it while I'm on. Anyways, I didn't do it. So, love you, hope you love me anyway. Here's my collar. This is definitely a pop the collar day because I have my big gigantic fro ponytail afro puff. Couldn't think of it. But anyways, lots to talk about. Got to get to work here. And, wow, this is really a little full chin because I can see this earring. So I guess, is that a good profile, y'all? Okay, that's a good one. When I do that, you can't see both my earrings. So either that means I have really full chin, which I do. I know. Don't comment me on that one. I know it. Or I have ears that fit close to my head. Probably both. Okay, so I know it has nothing to do with anything, but we're family. You know, family, we tend to rattle on about stuff that has nothing to do with anything. Alright, guys, well, let's get to work. Okay, first, you know we did the book, Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, and I promise I will keep, we completed that, so if you didn't get this one, then make sure you go back and you'll see all the videos on the Black Woman's Guide. I promise I will keep is the next book. Every Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair at Any Age. We will start that next week, September 2nd. It's taped onto my laptop. I will not mess that up. And you are getting a roller set class. I promise you that. So whatever, I am definitely doing that. But today we're going to get to some questions. And I'm going to go down the list. And we are going to talk about scab hair. Oh, I blundered that one. I didn't know what y'all were talking about. It just threw me for a loop. I couldn't even pronounce it. Scab hair. But I did a little research, watched all y'all's videos this week, and I was like, okay, we'll talk about it. But let's get to the first question. Thank you for the video or the comment, she said. Thank you for the video. Your makeup looks gorgeous. Your skin is beautiful. It is a beautiful glow. Love the hair. Be blessed. Miss Hightower, I'm gonna have to meet you because you just sweetie. You just give me all kinds of compliments. And you too, Miss Mickey Love, and there's some more, y'all. But she says your hair is so beautiful and so is your skin. Can you please tell everything you use? LOL. I'm determined to have my hair as beautiful as yours. Listen. To God be the glory in Jesus. What my grandmother said, the Lord is keeping me. Yeah, that's true. And you know, just really, it's really about taking care of yourself. One of the things that I still am, which I'm working on, I'm still overweight, and I really want to, and I'm working on that, but I'm doing it in such a slow way because I'm really doing it just the complete healthy way. I'm a vegan, as you know. And I don't drink sodas. Every now and then I may drink a Diet Sprite. Let's see. A vegan, don't drink sodas. I use lots of flax. Soy, because it's great for women. And right, I can tell you what my breakfast this morning will be. I'll have some organic cereal, grain cereal, with bananas, with lots of soy, Q1, let's see it'll be grinded up, and flax, and several sesame seed, all this grinded up, and I always sprinkle it over the top. Bananas, organic raisins, and then I'll have soy milk, and I'll pour it over it. I should let y'all see it, right? No, I'm gonna have that later. But anyways, I'll pour it up, and then I just eat it. And then for lunch, I have this huge salad, and it's spinach, it's tofu, I've got raisins, some dried fruit in there, I've got some steamed vegetables in there, I've got romaine lettuce in there, and I used veganese, a little bit of veganese, and I made a tofu mock tuna, and I just, with tofu and those some of the seaweed, some of the other sea plants and herbs, sea herbs, and I just kind of crunch all it up and stir it up and make it's great. So I know I should do this for y'all, but this is about here. But anyway, I do, yes, thank you, but this is what I do. And as far as my face, I am now seeing an esthetician, and I see her at least once every, maybe between 4 and 8 weeks, just to do a deep clean on my face and some other things that she calls it anti-aging. And every day I clean my skin and hydrate it. Every day I hydrate under my eyes, I hydrate my face, and then I use minerals. I don't use, remember we used to use that thick, and I won't say the name because I think it was great. I love that company, and I love their makeup. But I used it, and it was hard to clean off, and it would get on my collars, and it was a paste. And then I went to their souffle, and it was great. I love the way it looks, and I still love the way it looks. I still love the way. But it would just be sticky and on my face, and it would get all on my clothes. Now I use minerals, so it's just a powder, and so I love it, and I just do. And then if I have to have something really, a perfect look, which I think that still with the minerals is great. If I'm interview, television, something like that, I might use my airbrush machine. But other than that, that's it in a nutshell. Okay, it says sorry to hog your hair form, but I have been using regular conditioner without silicone to moisturize. Oops, I skipped somebody. I'm sorry. And Nikki Love, back to you. Lots of hugs and lots of love and hugs. Back to you. Back to you. Okay, but I skipped someone. It says that would be nice if you show pictures of some of the hair problems that you discussed. It really would be, and I would really be smart if I did that. And this is from Traction Alopecia. I really am going to do that. I really got to do that. And I have things now. Oopsie. I've got some pictures, and they're way over there in my office, but let's see. Hold on. I'll be right back. Be back. Give me just a minute, guys. Let me go over here. And I'm right over here, but I'll be right back. Okay, I have some pictures, and I almost picked this up this morning, and I'm just going to get a little closer. And I know what you're speaking of, because there's better ways. Okay, get over here, Lisa. Okay, there's better ways to do this, but some of these are pictures of some of the things I see under the microscope, and this is something I use, and I know it all looks upside down, and it's all kind of crazy, but this gives you some problems with the scalp and problems with the hair. So I can say that I've shown pictures. Now, I'll use that fan. So now I'm having a personal summer. So, but I will do better. I promise. Traction Alopecia, I will do better. It says, sorry to hog your hair form, but I have been using regular conditioner without silicone to moisturize my ends, and I seal with coconut oil. Is it okay to use a regular conditioner as a moisturizer and use it as a leave-in? I will keep my questions to a minimum in the future. You can ask any questions you want. This is for you, so don't worry about it. Okay, now, no, you shouldn't use regular conditioner. Regular conditioners are designed to rinse away, and sometimes with the amount of protein that's put in our regular conditioners, we may find a tendency to dry if we don't rinse some of those out. Now, regular conditioners do not dry you out, but they're designed to heat up, go into the cuticle, go into as far into the cortex as possible if the cuticle is open or damaged, do some repair work, rinse away, and if there's traces left, it's so minute that it's not going to affect how your hair is styled. 2 things, 3 things maybe. one, you may dry a little bit. Number two, you may have a little bit of a buildup because you may attract some other things in the air from having that extra conditioner left on the hair, and it may cause a problem with the way you style. It may limit how you're styling. So if you're doing it and it's okay, just watch for those things I mentioned. Please excuse my typos below. Oh my goodness, I am the queen of typos. Okay, these iPads are in trips and dots. Yes, they are. Hi, it says, hi, hair doctor. Your fro looks fab. I know. I just love it too. Oh, and it's really almost, it's just like a miracle that I can get it packed down this much. I don't work hard at it. I just pack it. But anyways, she says a fab is fab and so healthy. It is. Thank you. For answering my question from last week. I am your new subby that is not ready to go without my 4 to 5 month relaxer touch-ups. Well, that's okay. No problem. So, from your tutorials, jojoba and coconut oils is great for scalp and coating the hair shaft and sealing. I'm just going to say what I know she's trying to say. And she said, so what about grapeseed oil? I think that's what she's asking. I know how you feel about olive oil, save it for the cookie, save it for the salad, and castor oil. Can I mix coconut with jojoba oil? Coconut could be more like a carrier oil, so, and jojoba is as well, but it's so fine. So I think it would be okay, but again, pay attention to the lubrication and the penetration. In other words, make sure it's giving you some shine. Make sure that it's very skin friendly. When it starts to get sticky, then be careful about using it. Okay? But you're fine. You are fine. It says, my hair doctor. Yes, I am your hair doctor. And I am here every week for you. Thank you. It says, I took your advice. Yay! Whatever that was. Let's see what it was. I took your advice and started braiding midway. Absolutely. Absolutely. It eliminates lines. It does. Parts, separations. It really does. You're right. It says, I used to have a difficult time hiding lines and closing gaps. Now it's so easy, and I love how my hair turns out. It's so much fuller. Thank you for solving one of my biggest problems. Well, from a style point of view, you're right. I was thinking from a health of the scalp and hair point of view, but from a style point of view, it's absolutely true. But this is great. I'm so glad you benefit. It says, the next one says, hair doctor, what do you know about the effects of natural gels? Gels that are in a natural state without natural preservatives. And she goes on to list several things. Okay, and yes, she mentions several things, burdock root and marshmallow. Yeah, she's got a whole bunch in here. Oh, by the way, I love your videos. They have been helpful. Okay, I wanted to get to it. That's why I said quickly, because I know we've got several more questions. If you mix a gel, now one of the things we're going to do is we're going to mix some, and I'll get around to it because I think that for years we've had some issues with gels. I mean, for years. And I'm looking at some of the natural things. Now, one of the things that I like the most, I feel so far, for several reasons, because I know it's healthy, I know it rinses clean, and I know the consistency. And it's probably going to be the flaxseed. It's going to be one of the ones. I'm always going to hydrate with aloe vera, so that looks good. Some of the others I have not done a lot with. Yeah, probably grapeseed may be one of the oils because it's a little bit more dense than jojoba, and it's going to give some shine. So I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of my formula. So if I'm gonna do that, it will be a natural gel, because if the man-made items that we found just don't rinse clean, and so I have not been pleased with them. So I'm not going to use those items to develop our gel. So yes, we would just wait and see. Now I have a product called Hair Mud, which people are using that's excellent. It's really dense, and it helps to make the hair lay flat. So if you're trying to do that, also it helps with people who are wearing locks and are twisting their hair. It really helps with those kinds of things. So it's a pretty dense product, but it rinses clean. That's a great thing. See, we need sometimes a product that's a little bit dense to give us some definition, but if we want more definition, because I like the natural definition, so I never worry about using those types of products, but I make them because people have all types of styles that they like. Okay, it says, you're such a wonderful person. That's so sweet. You know what? I cannot wait for my tour, because I know I'm gonna meet all of y'all, and I'm gonna be bruised from the hugs, and you guys will be too. It says, you're such a wonderful person. The information in this video was right on target. I've also heard of scab hair, and can't wait when you cover that. I'm definitely gonna have to talk about scab hair. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it today, but I'm gonna definitely talk about it. Girl, your fro is looking awesome. Thank you, girl. Okay, let's go up. It says, you're such a wonderful person. Okay, okay, here's the next one. It says, I have researched the topic. And see, that's what I was waiting for, this one. Because I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, my poor babies. I've got to talk about this. She said, I've researched the scab hair topic extensively because I used to have this condition when I went natural. Okay, you guys are going to help me out with this one because I am very, very busy, and I would love to stop and just do nothing but research on this, but I did some. But I'm sure there's more out there. So before I say what I'm going to say, I'm sure there's more out there. Now, what we're looking at are two different things. Scab hair, I'm just trying to understand it. If, in fact, this is a layman's term for trichothiodystrophy, then it is not the same thing. That it's a genetic disorder. Trichothiodystrophy is a genetic disorder, and it is not something that goes away simply because your hair grows out, which is what we're seeing on most of these videos about scab hair, guys. We're seeing African Americans, women, black women who are transitioning from a relaxer to natural hair, have dry, brittle hair because of the damage to their scalp, because of the damage to the hair, and when that hair grows out, and they start conditioning their hair and treating their hair properly, it goes away. That is not this condition, trichothiodystrophy. Okay? And I'm probably pronouncing that. It could be trichothiod, because trichology or trichology, terminology varies. So forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it the way you may have heard it pronounced. But trichothiodystrophy is a genetic disorder, and it's where there's damage, there's informality, there's deformities within the follicle itself, and it is something totally different. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But ladies, what I meant about the ingrown hairs, and which is what I thought you guys were talking about, I just kind of jumped out there. I apologize, because I had never heard of it, and I couldn't even pronounce it. I was like, scab, swoop. I bet you thought, oh my God, my hair doctor is ignorant. No, it was just like, it was my brain did not connect with what I was seeing. Surely they weren't saying scab hair, but you were. And I understand, because the hair care, natural hair care industry, I would say the people out here is so strange. I was telling a patient the other day, I feel like within the natural hair care industry, it's slow. I feel like that, yeah, I feel like the people who are growing natural and the movement, and someone even called it a revolution in one of my interviews, I think that you're in front of the people, the professionals, you know, and you're out here and you're coming up with things and you're diagnosing your case and you're transitioning and everybody's trying to catch up. It's kind of like, and I told the patient, I said, it's kind of like as professionals, stylists, they've looked around and they've seen this huge clientele and they've gone, we don't have a business. Nobody's servicing natural hair. And then everybody runs to open up these businesses and all this misinformation. Now, with that being said, we have some fabulous natural hair stylists. Okay? So I don't want anybody to think I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that we need to really stop with the misinformation and really need to join together. And I would love to do that with some of you that do some research. And like she was saying, that she did it extensively. And I think it's great. But I really want you, since you're doing so much research, please send me some links or just post them on here, because I'm having some networking issues and some email issues with my company. And it's a long story. It's been a thorn in my side. But anyway, send me what you have on Scab Hair. Now, I know there's the research, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to articulate this whole thing. And when I said ingrown hairs, here, when you have an excessive peeling of the epidermis because of scalp burns and things, and a lot of times women who transition, who come out of their relaxers, tend to have this, then you will have ingrown hairs. So those hairs, you'll see them under the microscope, right under the scalp. I'm definitely going to do a video, a show on that. And at that time, I will show microscopic images. The reason why I don't do a lot of that, because you know what happens? I can come every Thursday and I can sit here with you and I can talk to you, put my camera up there, click it off, and no editing. Just me and you talking, answering questions, reading my book, or whatever I have to do. You love it, I love it, we're family. I don't stop and do the editing. And so I let my team do it, and I just don't really have time sometimes. So it's really, really, really kind of hard for me. So I apologize for that. But that's my only excuse for not, let me make sure I got the rest of these questions. I don't, and you hear me in the background because I'm looking on YouTube on my other computer, because I have 2 computers and an iPad on my desk. Go figure why. But anyways, so yeah, I don't do as much editing as I probably should. Matter of fact, it's like 0 editing. So that's why you don't always see the stuff, and I love how y'all edit stuff, and it's easy. You just I'm gonna get a little bit more technology equipped, I'll say, because I could do it, but I'm gonna get my laptop. I absolutely love, and it's an old in the world of laptops. It's probably going on 4 years old, and the one I had before that I kept it even longer. And this next one is going to probably be that old Mac that everybody loves. And so I'll have a whole bunch more technology, so I can just go in and go and edit and do all these things. But now I have an attached camera. I have a camera on the computer, but my attached camera, Logitech, and we did a research, and they were like the best that I could get to get this kind of image. But anyways, so that's why I did. Long story short, that was my reason. So I'm gonna do something on what I call scab hair, or I'm gonna, and I want anyone, just send me the links, and I'm gonna add it to it, and I'm gonna give my opinion. Last one, it says, "Hi, hair doctor, you are too sweet, and you're sweet. You're sweet. I love your fro. You're sweet for saying that. Thank you, thank you." And that's what my kids will say, "Mom." Like if I get in the store and I'm out and somebody like annoys me, and I'll go, "Well, you know that was nice," and I'll say something to them. They'll go, "Mom, you know people know you. You gotta." These are my 20-something. I have twins, and they're in their late 20s, and they're like, "You know people know you. You gotta be nice all the time." So I'll be sweet all the time. I'll just wait till I get in my house, and I'll go in my bathroom, I'll turn all the water on, and I'll yell and scream. No, really. The love of God is what allows us to be sweet. We can't do it without Him. We can't do it. You can ask my team members. They're like, "Okay, she's not all that sweet." But, I try to be, but I just, I'm running a business. But thank you so much for that. You're so sweet. It says, "I love your fro. Does yours get bigger during the course of the day or week? I'm always amazed of what my hair will do by the end of the day and week. I appreciate you for answering my questions. I must fade this video and listen again. I tell you, I need to detoxify my mind." Oh my goodness. That's in my book, Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair. We have to take out the negatives, make room for the positives. So that's another way, detoxing. It's good. Well put. I love the way you put that. And after listening to so many hair videos on YouTube. Yeah, your vids put everything in perspective with knowledge and truth. I try. I really do. And I'm not putting any videos down because two things. Number one, I believe that people are researching and coming up with things because they're desperate and no one is helping them. Two, I believe that people have something to say, and a lot of those videos, some of those videos are true. We just have to sift through, and again, I'll be happy to give commentary. And the reason, what gives me the right to do that, well, the reason it does, because I know from a black woman's perspective, someone with natural hair, from a trichologist perspective, the science portion of it, from a cosmetologist perspective, because I was a cosmetologist for over 10 years before going into this industry, and I've been in the trichology industry, and I've been in the whole industry for 30 plus years. Whoop, telling your age. And, you know, and just from a manufacturer perspective, because I make products. So there's a lot here that God has blessed me with, and I want to stay on this show and share it with you. So that's why I give my opinion. But I have a lot of respect for people who actually do these videos, because it's like, wow, you, the reason I keep moving my eyes over this way is because I have another monitor and I'm looking at your questions. But I do this because I really, really want to help and bless. So, to God be the glory in Jesus. You know who I serve. I love you so much. I cannot wait to this tour, and I can tell you right now, the tour right now is tentatively scheduled to start spring of 2013. Next week, the book. Every Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair at Any Age. This is kind of beat up. We're going to start with that, and there's just quickly some of the things we'll be going over, some of the chapters. It says, what's happening to my hair? That's the first question everybody wants to know. How does aging affect my hair? How do I create a foundation for healthy hair growth? Important for a lot of people and myself. How does my hair grow, and why do I lose it? You want to know that. How does my scalp and strands become dehydrated? What happens? What makes this happen? What can I do about hair loss and thinning? Will trimming make my hair grow faster? Big question. How can I get a younger scalp? What do I need to know about treatment? What do I need to know? Can and should I add hair? Protective styles, all of that. And how? And then chapter 11 says, how can I protect my hair while exercising? And then we'll move on to chapter 12. What can I do about gray hair? Ooh, our little friends that come whether they're invited or not. And then what do I need to know about hair coloring? All of that goes together. What if I wanted to straighten or curl my hair? So if I'm someone with straight, kinky hair, what do I need to know about straightening my hair? Someone with straight hair, what do I need to know about curling my hair? There you go. And that's the book. And we're going to start this next week, September the 2nd. All right. And get those that research into me on Scab Hair, please. And I will see you guys next week right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. And I am your hair doctor. Love you. Have a blessed, wonderful day, evening, morning, and week.